Motorcycle for some is about traveling from point A to point B, and for some it is about a passion so infectious it virals an entire fraternity, and for some it is about an identity. An identity so majestic that it builds up a relationship between a master and a masterpiece. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Harley Rock Riders, where the word for the day is custom. So today we are going to see the best motorcycle makers in India with their machines. But we're not just going to stand there and applaud these creations, but also give you an inside peek of their blood, sweat and tears in what they proudly call as an extension to their emotion.
It all started in 2013. I actually bought my bike. We started building it, slowly, one by one, all these parts. It took a lot of time, and finally in 2014, we kind of represented in IBW, and my bike won the Best Custom Sportster of the Year. It all started with that.
This is the first bike that I ever built, ever had. So Nadia actually means the first one or a new beginning. So this was a new chapter in my life, so I named it Nadia.
The bike is actually called Alicia. When you think about Harley in a global frame, it definitely the first thing that comes to your head is like really retro, old school type of a Harley. So basically what we tried to recreate was a retro, really old school bike.
The idea behind this motorcycle was, this is the most powerful engine in its class. It's a 1200cc motor. So we had lots of power compared to the weight. So we wanted to do something sportier and something which was very new school. We went with the design which is Cafe Racer, Street Fighter, Supermoto, like a blend of all these three things.
It took me about 6 months to do this bike because everything on the bike is hand built, hand etched, hand fabricated. I had this idea in mind that I wanted to do a floating gas tank and like a wicked frame that goes over it. Being my first bike, my own bike, I had the liberty to do anything that I wanted to do with it.
So basically we had a bit of Harley parts to start off with. We wanted to build something around, so we went with the same theme, which is contrast chrome. So we manufactured parts which are same theme, contrast chrome. It's called Sabertooth. The name's medieval, but the irony is the technology is very new, very modern.
So what we thought was like, we got a super look. We gave it the shovel head, rocket cover on top of it, which actually gives the period correct look. And the best part about it was like, we went with the Springer up front, It is just not a good looking Springer out there, it performs really well. You can ride it, you can thrash it around like anything. I mean, for me, it works way better than a telescopic one. It takes out all the jerks away from the roads, and you won't feel anything on your handlebar. You feel very seated.
The bikes here are actually, I guess, designed to fit on Indian roads, which is kind of cool to see. When I spoke to the builders from the different companies, I was just asking about the tyre, the wheel width on the front, just sort of big, heavy tyres, which is very, like in America, everybody's designing things with these massive, tall front wheels and things, and here it's this sort of chunkier look, and everybody said it's the riding on the roads here where you just got sort of bumps and shit everywhere, so you need something to actually sort of cut through that. For me, it's purely aesthetics. It's like what it looks and flows like versus anything else.
Some guys want the practicality, some guys just want the aesthetics. But we over here, we try to get the blend between practicality and aesthetics.
This is not our profession, okay? This is our hobby. We don't have a 3D image to work with. Everything is in our head. So probably there are days in which we sit in front of the bike and we'll think about what works, what doesn't work. Even in our head, we never thought a Springer would be so comfortable. The moment we finished the mock build and took it out for a test ride, Literally, I came back with tears in my eyes because everything that you thought, it turned out to be a beauty, one that could be ridden.
If you customize a bike, it's a very bespoke, personal thing. You're the only one that has it around the world. It's like an art piece from a famous painter, let's just say. You know, you have that one piece and it is just yours. That's the beauty of a custom bike. A lot of these guys came from different parts of the country, and here coming, having a beer together, discussing bikes, listening to some good music, seeing the young crowd, everyone coming, appreciating the kind of work that we are doing. It's just great, yeah. It pushes you to, you know, do better.
In spite of such great music, people are still, you know, spending some time to have a look at our machines. So that's really appreciating, you know.
It's a very niche market. It's something that's coming up. We're all working towards it as a community so that it grows.
I love the bikes when you can see that it's been built for themselves. It's kind of cool.
Just be yourself and do what you're doing, and I think that'll take you a long way. And it's more fun. It's just more fun.
Music, motorcycles and mayhem. This festival has lived up to every bit of it. DJ Moto gets a chance to go to Milwaukee for his creation Nadia. This is me signing off from the 2015 edition of Harley Rock Riders. Until next time.
I'm at the Harley Rock Riders show and I got this plectrum from the Wailers. I'm a great fan of Bob Marley and I have the temple of Bob Marley, the only one in the world. That's in Bombay. You can search it on Google. That's my address. Jah live.